What's up, everybody? I'm here today to showcase this ham ramp deck. This deck is so powerful. I was playing this during my last live stream and I was just impressed by its performance. I think I lost one match in total, and it's one where I misplayed early on, lost an early 8 cubes, and almost made a comeback. But other than that, I was just blowing people off the board. It's surprisingly consistent and it hard counters a lot of decks. So I've been using it to go through Silver and Gold Conquest, stack up a bunch of tickets. If you want to see the full set of games, go ahead and watch my last live stream. But for this video, I'm just going to showcase the deck, some possible replacement cards, if you want to make some changes or don't have all the cards, the main win conditions, and then we'll get into some gameplay highlights that show off Spider-Ham working in conjunction with this Electro Sandman ramp deck. This deck is solid. Now on the surface, this deck looks like a pretty standard Electro ramp deck, but I've made a few changes here. Notably, we've got Spider-Ham in here, right? He's the new card, he's fun to play, and he can really give you some great information in Conquest. I mean, the card that he hits, it shows you, okay? So right, even in the first game, you know what your opponent has in their hand, and you know which one of their cards you just negated. That can be very powerful, especially in Conquest. So I did take out Sunspot, who you see in a lot of Electro ramp decks, and I've got Spider-Ham in there instead. We also do not have Leader. I made that replacement because I was actually worried about Leader getting Spider-Hammed if my opponent was playing it, and then Leader would just be a useless 6-2. So instead of having Leader, we've got Chavez in there for consistency, and then we have the Black Panther Arnim Zola combo, which seems really strong right now. Not many people are running Cosmo. That's a big barrier, so if you're not against Cosmo, Black Panther and Arnim Zola are significantly stronger because there's not much you can do to block them. Even a Shang-Chi will only kill one of the Black Panther copies. Other than that, this deck is fairly standard. We've got some optional replacements on the right here. I understand that this deck uses a lot of pool 3 cards, so if you don't have pool 3 complete, this may be difficult for you to copy exactly, but I would say the only cards you really need are Electro and Wave. Okay, other than that, as long as you're in pool 3, you're going to have Chavez, you're going to have Odin, you're going to have Sandman, but I think you really do need Electro and Wave. They are both very critical for this deck to be consistent and really ramp up. The best thing about this deck is it has so many win conditions. Okay, so many big, powerful cards and combos, and you can really utilize that to counter what your opponent is playing. And again, I was using this in Conquest mode, where you know what your opponent's playing, you know what works best against them after you've played against them in a round or two. So you can use that to your advantage, and you can switch up your strategy based on what works best. Okay, if your opponent is playing a deck where they spam a bunch of cards, maybe it's a really cheap destroy deck where they're playing a lot of Venom, Carnage, Killmonger, all that jazz. Maybe they're playing Sarah, Hitmonkey, or Kitty Pryde Bounce. In that case, something like Electro Sandman is just going to shut them down. Okay, you get Electro on turn 3, Sandman turn 4, you are going to be in a great spot. Wave can do something similar. You can Wave turn 3, you could Odin turn 4 on Wave. Okay, really shut down your opponent. Do whatever you need to do. If your opponent's not playing a bunch of tiny things, but they don't have great counters to what you're doing, Black Panther plus Zola is so much power. Turn 6, if you Zola your Black Panther, you are adding 16 power to 2 other lanes, and that is pretty bonkers. And then we've got the classic Doctor Doom and then Odin combo. Doctor Doom did just get nerfed. His Doombots only have 4 power now instead of 5, but honestly, I don't think that's a deal breaker. I don't think it's a huge nerf. It takes him down in power a little bit, definitely, but I think he's still very playable, and I still think Odin on top of Doom is a great play. Since the playstyle of this deck is very similar to a standard Sandman ramp deck, I'm not going to get into my detailed mock board gameplay example of where you should play cards and when, but I will just go over a quick review on turn 1 and 2. you're going to be looking to play anything you can. Okay, if you have Nebula, you play her. If you have Spider-Ham, you play him and you ham your opponent and make sure to see what it hits. Okay, do not look away after playing Spider-Ham. That is very important. If you hit a card like Death, you know your opponent just has an 8-12 in their hand that they cannot play. Turn 2, if you have your other 1-drop, go ahead and play it. If you don't have it, you're skipping turn 2. Turn 3 is critical. You want to have Electro, preferably. If not, you can play Wave also. If you do not have Electro or Wave on turn 3, your chances of winning significantly drop. Okay, it's not impossible to win, but your chances go way down because this deck has no 4-drops. Okay, it's not built to play a 4-cost card on turn 4. It's built to play Electro Wave on turn 3 and then a 5-cost card on turn 4. So keep that in mind. If your opponent snaps, you don't have Electro Wave on turn 3, just get out of there. Hit that retreat button as fast as you can. Now we do have America Chavez in there to help our consistency for drawing Electro or Wave. And if you did get Electro down on turn 3, turn 4, you're going to want to be playing Sandman if you think or know your opponent is looking to play multiple cards every turn, if they have a smaller, cheaper deck. If you know your opponent has a big deck, just single big power cards, and Sandman's not really going to do much against them, preferably you'd want to lay down Black Panther or even Aero. Okay, Aero is really situational, and she's great on the last turn even if you're already ahead. But Black Panther is a really good setup for some big power on the board in the following turns. When turn 5 comes along, you now have 6 energy to use, thanks to our good old buddy Electro that we played on turn 3, and you've really got options here. Okay, you can look to do a Dr. Doom plus Odin. This is a really powerful combo if you did get Sandman down on turn 4, and you know it's really shutting your opponent down because Doom plus Odin just adds so much power to the board. Your opponent's really going to struggle with that. You can also just use Magneto to move their crap around, cause a lot of chaos, right? And he can be followed up with Odin as well. Same thing if you arrowed last turn, you could follow that up with Odin. And if you did get Black Panther down, you're going to look to use Zola on him on turns 5 or 6. And turn 6, same thing. Okay, with this deck, turns 5 and 6, you can play your 6 energy cards. So you're just going to be looking to add maximum power to the board or counter your opponents with something like Aero or Magneto. And both of those can be followed by Odin on the last turn to trigger again and just keep messing with your opponents. So that's my short and sweet breakdown for how this deck plays out. Let's get into some real gameplay so you can see it in action. Okay, we're going to see what my opponent has because Spider-Ham does show you their card. I'm going to Spider-Ham right or middle because I might want to save the left for like Black Panther. Okay, we hit a Jane Foster, and my opponent is also doing high Evo. I see the little stars above their head. You can't see it in the stream, but again, this is a bug that I don't think people know about. If you're on PC, look at your opponent's avatar, look above. You'll see little gold glimmering stars, like the high Evo effect, but it's even before they play cards. So we know we're against another high Evo Lockjaw deck, Jane Jaw being called. And yeah, we'll see if they get their Lockjaw down. I mean, it's good knowledge. You can't do too much with it, but it is a bug. I don't think Second Dinner intended for me to know if my opponent is playing a high Evo deck before they play any cards. I thought maybe my border where I have the avatar. Oh, it does. Okay, it does show on the top right. I see it. All right, perfect. People know that I'm not crazy. It just, some of it gets cut out, but without the border there, I see it more. Like, it's more constant. But yeah, it's weird, and nobody talks about it. I don't think people know. Let's mess with my opponent. Sorry. Was it Jubilee? Yup. Okay, we're looking pretty good. We can Odin. Oh no, we can't Odin. We're over here. We're gonna snap. We're just gonna snap. And Dr. Doom Odin still looks pretty good, even though he's been nerfed. We don't have Zola, so we don't want to do Black Panther. This also means the Doombot is actually going to get buffed up on the right. So it's like a 5-power Doombot. You know, it's basically its former glory. I don't know what my opponent plays here. We hit their Jane Foster. She's a pig. They played a high evo card. It was Abomination. Okay. So we do have Aero. Again, if we use Odin on Aero. But they could play Hulk. No, they can only play Hulk, right? They cannot play two things. They've already got the Wasp down. So there's no way for them to do Hulk and another card. They have no energy. Okay, maybe I just Odin on the left. My opponent snapped. We're going to risk the 8 cubes because we're silly. Oh, they also did Doctor Doom. They gave us those 8 cubes. Oh no, they did not win the right there. I think they went for a Hulk, but... Yep, we will take it. See, the key is, you know what, wow, if this Doombot was 5, if they did not nerf Doctor Doom, our opponent would have won the left. They still would have lost the right unless they pulled something better, but do I want that card in my hand? I think Spider-Ham is better than Nebula here against my opponent because they can often play cards every turn. So hopefully we hit Valkyrie because Valkyrie's really annoying for me. Perfect. Mystic Mac over here. Okay, I think they're going to play Viper on the left if they have her, or Carnage. Quantum Realm sucks for me. It's good for my opponent. I don't want to play too many cards. I don't mind playing on Quantum Realm because I can't play my big stuff there, but my opponent obviously is going to, you know, they're going to give me some rocks and stuff. Okay, this is big. If only I had Sunspot. Sunspot's really good if you have Electro on Sinister London. But I can, if I draw good, I'm going to be Magneto into 6-drop, into 6-drop. If my opponent goes for some like Debris Cheese. Yeah. And so normally, so Electro, if you don't have Sunspot down, Electro doesn't do too much because, you know, if I had like a 5-drop to play. But I'm going to fill my opponent's lane here. If they play a 3 or 4-drop here, I'm really just filling their Sinister London if they play it on the right. So that's pretty cool. Oh wait, no, Magneto's then going to move away and move their stuff away. Maybe I don't care. I'm just going to cause chaos. I'm going to cause chaos here. Okay, Demon. Yeah, we are filling up their locations. I think we're going to fill the middle. We're going to fill something when Magneto grabs something. He's going to move it. And let's move stuff back. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? There we go. Okay. So we are losing that lane. And my opponent does have Hazmat in their deck. It is important to note. Wow. Okay, listen, we have Aero. And my opponent is almost certainly going to play on the right. I'm going to... Aero will actually move their stuff to the left because Aero is going to spawn on the left. Presumably, she'll spawn left and not middle. But they played their second card over there, okay. Oh wait, no they didn't. Boom! Boom, we got him. We did it, we went with it. Okay, we had a lot of thinking to do. Oh, did they Carnage? Did they go to Sentry Carnage? Which card did we move over? Oh, yikes. That is not what my opponent wanted to do. We're not even gonna snap. They're gonna retreat. We're countering their deck pretty hard. And now you know what we do? Oh, we don't have to do anything. Yeah, that was... Sheesh. Aero turned out to do well there, huh? We are beating their deck pretty easily. So we should get a bit better with our snaps. I'm gonna wait to snap a little bit. I have wave though. I don't. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to snap. But I think, you know, we're doing really well. Let me play the ham over here. See the little piggy that went to the market? Oh, it hit Sarah. That was the one card we have not seen in our opponent's deck. It was Sarah. Our opponent does have Valkyrie. Ooh. Okay, remember what I just said? Our opponent does have Valkyrie. They don't have Green Goblin. They can't give me Goblin garbage. This will give me power on the board. Lasered him. Yeah, you know. He got cooked, but here's just one power. That's why I play him on the... Wow, these are locations, guys. These are locations. You know what I could do? Is this evil? I could wave middle. Next turn, I'll arrow on the right. They could get sentry though. I mean, it's going to come down to the middle location by the end of the game. They could, but they could drop the Valk early. It is possible they drop Valk early. Okay, next time we have 5 energy. That's enough for Black Panther, but there's no good spot. I think I might have to do that play. They're not running Shang-Chi. They don't have Sarah. I think I have to avoid their Valkyrie. Okay, look. I Sandman and I Aero on the last turn. I'm going to snap here.
Oh, snap.
They could go for Valkyrie this turn and next turn do Sentry something. Even Hazmat on the right is kind of funny. Okay, hopefully they did not play Valkyrie this turn. Okay, you know what? This is fine because I'm winning the middle. Nebula is going to power up by 2 more because they're not going to play anything on that location this turn. Okay, we're actually going to do this because Hazmat 2 would wreck us if they, like, I don't know, Hazmat somewhere. We're just going to give up the left lane. Okay, they don't have Doctor Doom. We've seen their deck. And that's how you do it. That is how you do it. Okay, we took them out.
Victory.
Their last turn play was bad too. They just had Enchantress. So we're taking these. Which maybe is Lockjaw plus Wasp. Oh, your brother also plays Marvel Snap. That's pretty cool. And yeah, a lot of people are raging at High Evo these days. He's pretty powerful. Let's blind play Nebula. Yeah. Okay, I do have Black Panther Zola in hand. That's pretty cool. I'm actually only 2 snaps, 2 cubes ahead of my opponent. A little unfortunate. Thought it was more, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and Spider Ham him. What do we hit? Don't hit Infinite. Oh, Doctor Doom. Okay, that's not bad. My opponent will not be playing the newly nerfed Doctor Doom. I'm going to snap. They either have to surrender or I'm going to finish them. Because I honestly have a good hand. It's not just a bluff snap. This is honestly good for me. So, my opponent's in trouble. But it is turn 3. Maybe they get Thor or Lockjaw out. There, they got him. There's the good boy. We have not seen him 1 game so far against this opponent. They've been pretty unlucky in that sense.
Wakanda forever.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, they're not looking good. Magneto here is pretty funny. Magneto is so good at pulling Lockjaw and Wong, right? My deck doesn't have... my deck doesn't have Cosmo to block Wong, but Magneto pulls him. It's so funny. Okay, we're just going to pull this Lockjaw and make our opponent look like a silly goose. We might even get rid of a card they want if they're playing Dracula or something in the middle. Let's see. Do we mess with them? Okay, well, actually, Jane Foster popped off. And what she come up with? A Jubilee. So, oh, man.
To me.
I think I got the win here. We are getting this gold ticket. Question is, do I even Zola? I was thinking of using Zola on the left. It would lose if my opponent Shang-Chi's right and does something else. I think I can just Doctor Doom. Newly nerfed Doctor Doom. Am I missing something? Why is it showing as 5 power? What am I getting power from? What? Why is this Doombot showing as 5? They just got nerfed. I don't know. That's weird. Huh. Maybe it's just a visual bug? I guess. Okay, I'm just going to Doctor Doom. I'm not going to do anything fancy. No need for Zola, just in case we get Shang-Chi left and something on the right. Okay, there's Hulk and the Wasp. Okay, the Doombots were 4 still. I don't know why we're showing as 5. I guess Second Dinner hasn't updated that. I don't think it helps them. They have a Destroy. Do I just snap right away? Yes I do. Bink.
Snap.
Let's ham it up. If they don't have death in their hand, this is really good. If they do have death, it's just gonna hit death twice, but... Oh, they will not be playing that card. They have a dead card in their hands. Did they draw a card? Yeah, because they have Angel. Huh. Okay. So I do Black Panther, and actually I could Black Panther left and then Zola left, even though I have 2 cards there because it's Carmitage. But I could also do Electro. Although, I probably don't need 6 energy. I probably do not need to do Electro. Because turn 5, I can still Doom left and then Odin left if I want to. Okay. Let's see, I could go for Sandman as well. I've got options. Okay, give me Aero. Give me Aero. Not what I wanted, but you know what? I think my opponent needs to play multiple cards a turn. And the Doombots on Washington, D.C. are going to get buffed up. So I think we're going to Sandman, Doom, Odin. Unless I draw Zola, in which case I might do Black Panther, Zola. So I'll do Sandman in the middle just in case I decide to go that route. Okay, so this is good. I don't think my opponent has a heavy deck, so I think Sandman actually takes him down a notch. And with Doctor Doom, yeah, we just win this game. We already snapped. We're getting at least 2 cubes out of them. I think they retreat right here, actually. I don't think they stick around past this turn. This looks a little nasty. Okay, they went with Venom. Very nice. I mean, they're doing big things in the middle. And to beat a possible Zola play, we could even go left with Aero. I was thinking about going right. They cannot play Death because Death is like an 8/12 pig that says oink. If we go right, the only thing is we lose like Doctor Doom or something. So I think I'm going to go left. It'll make a 6-power Wolverine go places. But Zola has 0 power. So I think this wins. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Yep. I'm not worried about those Wolverines.
Said, Bob.
Oh, wait a minute.
Said, Bob.
Wait a minute. No, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. I miscalculated. I forgot a Wolverine could pop back in and Zola kill it again. So Aero right was probably the best play. But that's okay. We still got the 4 cubes. Still utility, and she's very strong in some situations. So we had a good snap there. We snapped once we realized we could Aero stuff. We've hit their null once again with Spider-Ham. I believe that might be the only 6-cost card in their deck. We have not seen them play Destroyer or anything. Yeah, Aero's definitely better with Sandman. Same thing with Leader. Okay. But Wave also. Turn 5 Wave. So, speaking of the Queen herself. Okay, I'm going to get some locations filled up. I'm going to do Wave left because middle's gained a card. So it's going to push that to the right. I think Sandman really hurts our opponent because they have a Destroy deck, but it's just a lot of cheap cards. Ooh, that helps us. We did not want those garbage ninjas. Okay, so our opponent will get to play something big for free while we just play Sandman. That's funny, High Evolution. But I think that's okay. Also, 3 cost, 4 cost, Magneto. Look into it. We are going to drop him. Let's snap. We know Sandman is really good against our opponent. But I forgot that I don't actually have an energy boost. So we can't actually do anything next turn. I maybe should have played Odin this turn on top of Wave. And next turn played Sandman. Because right now my turn... I'm going to draw something I can play. All the cards I draw next turn are less than 6 cost. But still, it's not ideal, right? But man, our opponent played Deadpool. Yeah, Electro. See, Electro sucks. But we can also... We have some options. I didn't want to Doom Sandman and then Odin because I did not want to give my opponent a chance to play multiple cards in one turn. If I did Doom, there would have been a lapse, and I did not want the lapse. On the other side, so I think I'm going to Doom, and that might be good enough, honestly. Our opponent is not retreating. Our opponent hasn't really retreated this game. They're maybe not a big fan of retreating, which we don't mind. We will take these extra cubes. We're slapping them up.
Victory!
Then we did one. I think our opponent snapped earlier, and we did like a quick, safe retreat. So, thank you all for watching. I wish you glory in the Conquest battlefield, and I'll see you next time.